Okay, hello everybody. Give me a moment. I seem to have a technical problem. For whatever reason, my full screen borderless window. Let's go to full screen. Like that. No? Okay, it's gone. Right, there we go. For some reason, I couldn't get rid of the taskbar at the bottom. Every time I tried to bring the game screen in, taskbar was still showing. Very strange. Anyway, it's sorted now. So, hello, good evening, folks. Welcome to... It's actually quite an impromptu stream, because if you watched the video update earlier, I said that I wasn't going to stream today because I was playing football, but then about 10 minutes after I'd recorded and started rendering that video, I got a message through to say, football's cancelled. Like, oh, okay. Fine. And then penciled me streaming, and then about a further 15 minutes after the stream was penciled in, my mother, who was out at the time having a meal with a friend, came home and literally fell through the door almost in a state of quite a state of illness, basically, shaking uncontrollably, and she was very weak, and she said she had a blinding headache. She could barely get up the stairs. Went into bed, and she was like, "I'm in bed now. Leave me alone." She's in bed like this, shaking like a leaf, And I'm like, "No, you think I'm just going to sit here?" I'd finished work early today, actually, after my own news earlier in the day, medical news, and. She was like, "No, it's fine." I said, "No, it's not fine." I said, "I'm going to ring 111, which is for non-UK people is like not the emergency number like 999 or 911, but it's kind of the go-between between a GP, which is for kind of non-emergency, things can wait for 2 weeks situations, and emergency 999. It's kind of a halfway house. It's like a helpline service. You go through your symptoms and they kind of triage and they say, right, you can need to do this or you need to do that. Anyway, so I rung 111, much to my mum's horror at the time, and she was like, "No, don't ring. I said, "No, I'm not. You look at the state. You can't even keep still." She was physically shaking. Took a blood sugars. They were fine, and anyway, got through to 111. Within 5 minutes, which I was quite impressed with, really, because I know you can be on the line waiting for quite some time on that service. So I was quite pleased with that. Anyway, went through the symptoms, put my mum on the phone on loudspeaker. She was talking through the symptoms to the lady on the helpline, and they asked her the same. They asked her certain questions, and then obviously they've got a little kind of a ticky list kind of branching system, haven't they, where if you say yes to this question, then we'll go down this route, and if you say no to it, then we'll go down that route, and then at the end of it you'll get an answer. And the answer, when we went through all of the symptoms and the how she felt and stuff, the answer to that was, we need to send you an emergency ambulance. And I said, "Oh, what? An emergency ambulance?" She went, yes, I'm going to send an emergency ambulance out so they can check your mother over as soon as possible, and it'll be on its way. And so this was an emergency ambulance, which I assumed would mean blue lights flashing, kind of an emergency, but I didn't think it was that urgent. But hey, the emergency ambulance came in 50 minutes. So I was thinking, if she was having a heart attack or something, well, she'd be long dead by now, wouldn't she? So maybe it wasn't quite emergency. I don't know. Maybe it's a different scale of emergency. Not quite. Be within 12 minutes kind of emergency, but be within an hour kind of emergency. Who knows? But anyway, they came 50 minutes later. The paramedics, who were two lovely ladies, and basically they did all the ECGs, all normal. And she concluded, did the paramedic, which I thought was pretty good, because the doctor, who then rang later, confirmed the same suspicion, that it was actually a urinary tract infection, which is quite common apparently for people that have got diabetes. So yeah, that was the issue, and the fact that she was shaking. She had a temperature of 103, which is very high. And the doctor, when the doctor rang back after the paramedics had left, said, if you have any issues at all, and any signs of deterioration at all, that temperature is very high, it goes straight to A&E. So, temperature off through the charts. That's why she was shaking uncontrollably. but you know, antibiotics, which I went to get literally because my mother's like, oh, get the antibiotics in the morning, it's fine. I said, are you having a laugh? No, I'm getting antibiotics now. So doctor ran through the prescription there and then. I said, right, I'm off up, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Walked to the pharmacy, got the prescription. Again, state of the NHS and medical care in the UK at the moment, with funding and whatnot. The antibiotics that we need, two. The lady behind the counter said, oh, we've run out of these antibiotics, but we've got 2 capsules. I said, well, it's better than none. She can take one this evening, one in the morning, and I'll be back to her after lunchtime to pick up the rest. That's fine. There's a delivery at 11. There should be some there. I said, well, there better be, because we need these. Hello. So I came back with two poultry capsules. Antibiotics, you know, quite important things. So anyway, so she's downstairs now, just resting, and she's most things that you suffer with, flu, whatever. In an evening, you feel worse. First thing in the morning and last thing at night, you feel worse. You feel the worst. In the daytime, you kind of come round a bit and you eat something and you're like, oh, it's not too bad, I can soldier on. Nighttime and early morning, you just suddenly feel like twice as bad as you've done. So she's feeling back. She perked up a bit for a little while after the parents left, when she found out that she wasn't on death's door. She perked up a bit and then now went down to see her just before the stream started and to pour my Morgans out. And she's like, oh, I don't feel well. So she's got a wrap on. I've put the heating on, which is probably not the best thing to do when somebody's got temperature 103, but hey, she said, oh, I want it on. And I've ordered some fish and chips, which will be arriving in about 45 minutes, so I can eat and she can have a bit of a fish as well. And so there you go. There's my mother's saga. Tell you. So it was touch and go whether the stream was actually going to go ahead. Literally after like 10 minutes after putting it up, that happened. I'm thinking, oh my god, not another stream cancelled. What the hell's happening? I hope so, Annie. I hope so. And good evening to everybody. Taz, your LP Gore. Well, that's a bit extreme, isn't it, really? But I'll take the plaudits. But yes, Zemalf, I agree, is one of my all-time favourites himself. And welcome and thank you for joining. Holla, obviously I've explained about my mother. Hopefully you caught most of that. And yes, antibiotics. And good evening, dude. I rock. Welcome. As for me, my health, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of bizarre, isn't it? Because my mother's health was quite, until you get that kind of all clear, you think that, oh my god, she's 76, she's got all these issues and stuff. You just think, oh, let's get it sorted. But in terms of actual overall health concerns, I mean, mine is not exactly bright and rosy, is it? My outlook. But hey, I gave you all my update earlier on in the video, so I'm not going to harp on about it here. The purpose of this session is to chill out, enjoy some fish and chips, enjoy some rum and ginger beer, and enjoy some of Elquist's antics. So that's all what we're going to be doing today. The disappearing people is what kicks off the next act. Oh, so the people that disappeared, the lady that came in the last session. Oh, that's triggering a new act. So we might see it before I anticipated seeing it, which is good. It's a good thing, because it'd be quite cool to get to some action this session rather than 240 days of kingdom management. But hey, I kind of started the session with a view to, if it's 245 days of kingdom management, it's fine. It's slow paced. It's chilled. We can have a bit of a natter. I just want this to be a time of relaxation, really, after the day I've had, which I've had two medical issues today, so I could do with a rest this evening. I feel a bit drained, to be honest with you. Anyway, I didn't even get that event on my playthrough. Oh, well, do you know what? We'll find out together. We'll find out together. So the thing that has been spoken about. Okay, so this quest is nothing we can do It's something that will probably trigger down the line. We've already accepted that we're going to investigate. Maybe there'll be a card to click on in the kingdom management. But hey, it's underway. We just need to keep on keeping on. So we'll keep on keeping on and see what happens. And of course, feel free to chip in with any sort of comments or any kind of steers, so Elquist can clearly ignore you and do what he thinks is best. Welcome to Getting Older. Oh, isn't it marvellous? Isn't it marvellous? This getting old malarkey. All you young whippersnappers that are in your 20s that are still watching. You always think at that age, oh, it'll never happen to me, it'll be fine, oh, it's the future, oh, whatever, pensions and all, hell, get to this kind of age, and I'm telling you, this year, that's all I can say to this year, F off. Right, anyway, there is news for the king, we've sorted that out, that's fine, and an advisor, we've sorted that out as well. The circus, ooh! We like circuses and theatres and all kinds of stuff that involves entertainment. What's going on here? The circus. A travelling circus has arrived from Katapesh. What a name. Full of performers with amazing skills and striking freaks. Ooh, let's learn some tricks. Send Donphy on. Oh no, what's happened now? 40%. 40%. Let's send Donphy to the... Let's send him on... Not a great chance. But it's the best chance we're going to have, isn't it? Let's be honest. Don't use crisis points for opportunities, so we're just going to pray to the rolling dice gods that Donphy shall continue his good streak of successes. Ignore the percentage chance. Place your trust in Donphy. All right. So the reason Donphy is doing so well is because Lindsay is handling his job for now. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's got nothing to do with Lindsay. Are you talking from a game mechanic perspective or a role-play perspective only? Evening, Oliver. Check the pips on the top left. What pips? Pips? What pips? Pips? Where am I looking? Have I missed something here? I found a way to play football, which I know you probably enjoy. It is, yes. And some people have said, and my own have said, you know, oh, if I was in your position, or, ooh, are you sure? 10 milligrams? I think you should stick with the 20. You know, is it worth it? And as I said, oh. So until we get to rank 3 espionage, Lindsay is helping Don. No wonder he's so proficient. It did seem a bit fishy to me. Oh, that answers it then. Oh, Ollie, you could have let me have that one and just completely let me remain oblivious. Lindsay could have been helping in the background quietly so the Elquist wasn't aware of it. Now that we're aware of it, oh man. Oh dear. When did that happen? That escaped me by. Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, people say, oh, I want 20. Let's just sit with it. Oh, I will sit with the 20 or whatever. Is it worth it? You know, and you know, it wasn't an easy decision to make, but you know, life is too short, and I want to enjoy what I'm doing, and it's a bit of a selfish way to look at things, because if it happens to me, I won't really know about it. But if I was, I hate to say these kind of things, really. If my mother heard me, she'd have a heart attack. But if I was to drop dead, I'm not going to know about it because I'm gone. And it's a bit of a selfish way to look at things, because you obviously leave people behind that are going to mourn your loss. But to me, personally, if I was to suddenly, poof, aortic embolism, whatever you want to call the damn thing, I'm none the wiser. Whereas when I'm physically conscious and not able to play football or whatever, I'm consciously experiencing that. So from that perspective, which, I mean, it's quite cut and dry, it's quite a very sort of black, white, dark way to look at it, but ultimately, when your time is up, your time is up. What time I've got on this earth, I want to enjoy it. With some, obviously, risk averted. So hence why I've plumped for the 10 milligrams. I was never going to walk out of that place and say, do you know what, I'm not going to take any. Because why would you? When you've been told within 5 years, if you do that, you're going to definitely have a blood clot. So anyway, that's where we are. And mental health is indeed just as important, if not more important, I think, than physical health. Because without your mental health, your physical health will also suffer. It's a dual purpose thing. You're not going to look after yourself physically if mentally you're not in the right place. So mental health, I think, is often more important than physical health. And hello. Oh, Brendan, you've changed your name slightly. Just checking in. Yes, I am okay. My mum is okay. Touch wood, everything has been sorted. So now we shall proceed onwards with some kingdom management. Right. Okay. But we're not rushing through. The reason why I'm in this stream, really, is to talk with you guys. So if people want to see me tear-arsing through the game, I do apologise, but this might be a stream of a lot of conversation. Unless you stop talking to me, people. Which I don't wish, to be honest with you. It's good to have a sympathetic ear or two when you're a bit on the low ebb, you know what I mean? Right, anyway, what else have we got to do outstanding? The final curse is almost done. 3 days. There's nothing else. He's scouting that area. Nobody else can scout the other. I kind of want to see what happens with this scouting. So the only other thing that we can do to pass the time whilst we have no side quests to do, no other events to do, is to do a rank up quest. So let's have a look at who's got the lowest rank and take and kind of do that. Counselor level 5, Grand Diplomat level 4, Minister level 1. Oh, but Donfier's busy. He would be busy, wouldn't he? He's like, I don't want to become more proficient because Lindsay's going to stop helping me. I'll just remain completely incompetent so that I get all the assistance and can claim the glory for myself. Well, we've seen through that, Donfier, now. So you will learn and you will improve and stand on your own 2 feet at some point. Speaking of Grand Diplomat, seeing as Lindsay is being a very helpful council member, she shall be our next rank up project. Hello, Cham. I thank you kindly. This is where we get a load of stuff now to do. I hate skipping 14 days at a time. I hate it. I hate it because you just come back. It's like going on leave from work. You go on leave for 2 weeks, and I hate looking or anticipating the 400 emails that will be waiting for me in my inbox when I get back. And it's like, no. Sunday night, the night before, it's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want to. And then the morning comes round, and then you've got to look at, and this is where we're at now. 14 days of being on, what was waiting for us. Oh, look at all these messages. At least it's not 400, it's fine. I've dealt with far worse. I've got to keep checking my phone because I'm checking on the progress of my dinner, basically. Making sure that things go smoothly. Right, thank you. Sorry, just providing an update to somebody who's inquiring after me, mother bless. Right, check out the well. Oh, the well! We'll do that now. Right, no football tonight. Cham, I'm here. Clearly not. Clearly not. Do you know what? I would have liked to have played football today. I was a little... Well, I don't usually play football on a Wednesday. I play football on a Tuesday, and on a Thursday, and on a Sunday. That's my 3 football days. Used to play on a Wednesday quite regularly. Stopped with the blood clots, and now actually I have to think to myself, do I wish to play football for a 4th day of the week when that 4th day of the week was always a friendly kickabout on a slippy hard floor, by the way? Do I want to do that and risk injury for a friendly game of football? Or do I continue to only play on 3 days a week league football, which in my opinion is much more worth taking that risk, and it's on soft sort of 4G surface, no risk of slipping? I think I have to make a decision there and maybe drop Wednesday football that I used to play back last year now on a Wednesday. But anyway, this Wednesday today was supposed to be I was covering for somebody, but no need anymore apparently, so it's not my usual football day. So here I am, and here I might be for many more Wednesday streams actually, given the news I've had today. So there's always a silver lining, and the silver lining is I get to stream a bit more often. Rather than just twice a week, I can stream 3 times if all goes according to plan. Sunday, Wednesday, Monday. Right, we'll go through this, and then we'll check the well. And of course he was successful because this was a 100% success chance, if I remember correctly. And visitors from another world, this was an 80% chance, so Tavia's come back successful, basically helping the mage install several defensive magical barriers. And the nature of curses, Tristian. Now this will be an interesting read. Although there's no evidence that Nerissa actually cursed Tristian, it seems that the nymph has some special power over creatures that have lost something vital to them. This could be a clue to the nature of Nerissa's own curse. This research has increased our understanding of the arcane and the divine, and we have developed a deeper understanding of curses. Storyteller has ranked up. We now have Bartholomew Delgado, 100 BP in 20 days to make him a little bit more proficient. I don't think that's a bad idea. And we can now claim Dunsword as part of our kingdom, and it only takes 7 days for that now. Also, if you want a definitive answer on when the next act starts, I can provide. Oh. Ooh. Do I want a definitive date? Yes. I was looking for a definitive date on Google, so you know what? Yes, I probably do want a definitive date. Because at least then it allows me to understand how the structure of the future sessions are going to work, I suppose. What's this? Claim Dunsword. Right, we'll bear that in mind, because we've got 7 events here. Some of them will be wanting an audience, which is fine. We'll deal with those. The Strategist. It's an opportunity, not interested at the moment. Arrears is a problem. Oh, Chandra. Sounds like a job for Chandra. Anything to do with arrears or debts, it's either Bartholomew or Chandra. A War of Shadows. Sounds like a job for Donfear, who's very busy, and we've only got 10 days. Oh, he's back in 7. Ooh, we could claim a region in 7 days. I see a plan forming. Forest for the Elves. Sounds like a job for Reggie. 85. A gang of elven revolutionaries. Reclaimers have been getting into more frequent skirmishes. Skirmishes, you say? Let's put them down with force. And bread and circuses, an opportunity. Only one man for the job. Might as well use him. So we'll crack on with that one. We'll crack on with that one. And we'll crack on with that one. And we've got a bit more time now for the Strategist. No, we haven't, because it's Reggie's job. He can do that when he's back. In 14 days, if that's possible. War of Shadows, we can't do, because that's the Donfear job in 7 days. And what's this? The Intruder is another Donfear job. Well, he can't do everything. Donfear's like, I'm overworked and underpaid. What's happening here? Can you just do that, Donfear? Can you just do that, Donfear? You think being a council member is an easy task? Do you think that you're going to put your feet up on the desk? Don't think so. Get yourself moving, sir. Split yourself in 2. You're a magician, aren't you? What's wrong with you? 2 weeks after the next curse. So it is after the next curse, which is kind of what I surmised, but 2 weeks after. Much more precise. I like that. Sorry. Until I get my dinner. Every buzz on my phone is a... Oh, yes. My order is being prepared. Very good. I haven't had fish and chips for ages. Fish and chips and a spam fritter. Mm-hmm. We had some idle time with Lindsay helping you. So we thought we'd increase your workload. Don't mind me. So what we'll do is we'll hear our diplomats' pleas, we'll visit the well, and then we'll claim Dunsward, and that should help us onto our next little bit of kingdom management as we progress through, slowly but surely, making sure our kingdom ticks over nicely. Little Lindsay comes in. There's an issue that demands your attention. 7 archers want to bring their fleet to Barrow, allegedly to combat piracy. But in fact they simply can't accept that their elves of Kionine are trading dwarven wares with the 5 Kings Mountains. Control over Barrow would allow 7 archers to collect duties along this trade route. Okay, very good. I just heard a load of names of places there, and I'm not really comprehending very much what the hell she's talking about right now. My brain is a bit fried today. Anything complex, forget about it. Me trying to play Return to Monkey Island today would have been a disaster. A clear disaster. My brain is fried. Hello, King Lemon. Good to see you, and welcome, sir. Welcome along. Both Kionine and 7 archers are asking for diplomatic support. I think we should put 7 archers on the shorter leash. Their most recent step is just another attempt to take away someone else's living. We could also bring our own fleet to Barrow to steal their initiative, but it's way better we have Kionine as an ally. Well, this is an easy decision. We're an elf. Well, a half-elf. Kionine is one of our parents. Which one did I say was the elf? Was it the father? I can't remember. One of our... The elven parent, Kionine, and, we lived in that region. We were in the little town fishing village place whose name escapes me. Because I'm a forgetful person now. But, yes, let us stand up for Kionine, of course. You're having a laugh. We can't actually gain BP. We will buy wares from those who bring them. It's simple. We will bring in our troops to keep peace in the... No. Let's just stand up for Kionine. Simple. Wonderful! We will let 7 archers know that we won't tolerate their brazen efforts to seize an honest trade route. I completely agree, Lindsay. Brute forcing in my realm is not acceptable. Especially not against the people of Kionine. Oh, no siree. Mr. Wildfist, what have you brought for me now? Primal hide, thank you very much. Keep going. Keep bringing your gifts. Much appreciated. Where's Shinier? Ooh, we have an update to the murder situation. We have an update. The subjects of the king have discovered that the strange deaths were indeed murders. There's been a murder. We know where the suspects are hiding, and we're on our way. Who's on their way? Who's we? Who's we? Me? Am I required to go somewhere? Is it going to appear on the world map? The quest log isn't very clear on this point. I could step outside and find out. Or it could be a little thing up here. That's fine. Project. Easier upgrades. Region claims. And upgrades cost 25. Oh, I thought that was going to be the one that makes it. Oh, I've already got that. Sorry. I'm getting confused. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I want that. 250 BP in 30 days. Ooh. It's cheaper though, and upgrades too. Yeah. My little minions. Making my little things that I just basically toss into a junk drawer. What have you brought me today, Mr. Wildfist? I brought you this primal hide. Oh, I spent hours and days and weeks on it. Did you? Thank you so much. The tavern is waiting, the bar tab is open, enjoy, and then go back. Thank you very much. Can't wait to see what you bring me next. Bye. Poof. Straight into the junk drawer. That's all of you? Get it sold. I want coffers. Right, 25% less, 250 BP. Let's just get some BP purchased because we are going to probably need a lot of it at the moment. 500? Yeah, that'll do. Hello, Douglas. Welcome. Oh, you're on episode 9. Only another... By the time this is finished, only another 90 odd to go, Douglas. But thank you for popping in and saying hello. Hope you enjoy the series. Right, let's get this done. Let's just... Do you know what? I hate this now because I just get a bit of a complex about this whole buying points situation, bug thing. Right, okay. 250, 30 days. It'll save us in the long run. I'm hoping. So 30 days for that. Rebuild temple. Okay, look at that. That's good. That's good indeed. Trade agreements. Perfect. Rank up. We've dealt with that. Good. Any more events? No. So events done. Projects done for now, in terms of ranking up at least. Regions, claiming Dunsword, 7 days. A little bit pricey, but we've accounted for that. So that's our next task. Takes us to just before the end of the month as well, so we can get some more of the events done. But first, I want to figure out what the hell this quest is about. This murders. Investigate the murders. We're on our way. We know where the suspects are hiding. That indicates to me that if we go to the world map, there should be a exclamation mark where the suspects are. So let's go and see what's happening. See if we can find out. We can't have people being murdered. I'm surprised people live in our realm. They've been ambushed by bandits. They've been assaulted by all kinds of creatures. They've suffered exploding innards due to portals that they have seeds that they have drunk. They're now being murdered in the streets. Hey, let's go live in Elquist's kingdom. Well, that'll be a hell of a ride. I'm doing my best. Doing my best. Right, let's stick with the same party. I like Donfear in the party for now. I do want Knock back in when we get to the main quest again, but for the side questing, I think Donfear is quite ample. And I just like his hat. Right, where are we going? Where are these murders? Hidden camp? Not very well hidden, clearly. Hello, Ian. Welcome. I've spotted peaceful travellers. Mr. Skeletal Salesman, perhaps? Or somebody new? Of course it's the Skeletal Salesman. Who else is it going to be? Right, let's go see if he's got any new wares. Any daggers today, sir? Any daggers? No, but I've got 5 lycanthrope crossbows. Do you want any more? No, clearly not. Right. Okay, how about a lycanthrope greatsword? No, nah, I don't think so. I think we've got the lycanthrope situation sorted, if you don't. How much? How much? Typical Yorkshireman. How much? 32 grand. I certainly think we've got the lycanthrope situations sorted. This is a very nice one-handed battle axe, though. Flaming and acidic. 5 to 22 damage on a single-handed weapon? If I had a Nadog Godan type character in this party, this would be quite the weapon I would be picking for them. But I don't, so it's going to stay exactly where it is. Okay, what have we got? We've got to sell some stuff, actually. Such as that. Made for us by our beautiful artisans and was tossed in our junk drawer. The Vein Finder. Maybe we'll sell that too. Ankle Breaker, we'll keep that. We'll keep that as well. We'll keep that as well. And we'll sell that. And Primal... Oh, Primal Hide. There we go. Nah, don't like it. Python Skin Doublet. Could be handy. Protection against poison, to some degree. Immunity to trip. Okay, I quite like that. No, we'll probably never use it. I put stuff in my chest that I think I might use in the future, but not sure. Sell stuff that I know I'm not going to use. And then when we get near to bankruptcy, which is less than 100 grand nowadays, Then I just sell the stuff that's kind of 50-50. That's the kind of scale that we're working with here. Crap, sell. Things, keep. Maybe sell if we're broke. And then everything else, obviously, we keep if we're going to use it. So 22 grand, nothing to buy. Ray blocker. Evocation school. Isn't Donphy an evocation specialist? This is the anti-Donphy shield. This is the anti-Donphy shield. Shield of anti-Donphy. Right, okay, lovely. Because all of his spells are evocation. Maybe we should buy that to prevent other people from buying it that we might come up against. Right, thank you, Mr. Skeleton. Interesting that there are shields out there that block, or at least lessen the effect of evocation spells. We'll bear that in mind, won't we, Donphy? Think you better learn a few more spells from other schools, perhaps? Just saying. Okay. Right, oh, hang on. Kingdom management, exclamation mark. Ooh. Okay, this is interesting. I want to see this. So our scouts have uncovered the entirety of the outskirts and the northern Nal marches. So if we were to look not on this map but on the world map, then undiscovered locations should crop up, right? So we'll check that out. Now we could, if we were so interested, could send our scouts to scout this region, but I want to just make sure that we've got all events covered first. Secret cache. Ooh. Our scouts found a treasure in the north regions. They're sure they've covered the area and there are no more points of interest. But what does that mean? Secret cache. Well, I can't do anything with it. Maybe I can only do this when I'm back in my capital? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's waiting for us? Who knows? Interesting. We'll go back to the capital very shortly, after we've dealt with these murderers first. You know, just deal with a few murderers before we get anywhere. Trust me to go the wrong way. Ah, right. Hello, murderers. It's only the king here. Should show on the world map. Oh, actually, we're on the world map now. What am I doing? Okay, outskirts and northern reaches. Anything that looks new? North Nile marches? Shout up if you see something that looks new or undiscovered. Caches. Resources. Outskirts is here. Endless plains, riverbed fields. Rest of is up that side. We've got nothing that seems to be new here. Old Sycamore's an old quest. This is to south. Resource point near the 6 Bear camp. Where? That's new. That. Oh. So what our scouts are telling us is that when we did our grand tour of those regions, we did a damn good job. That's what he's telling us. Well explored, Elquist. Well explored, sir. Right, okay, so we'll bear that in mind if we're ever up in that neck of the woods. Thank you, Ollie, for your eagle eye. Where am I going? Ah, yes. To deal with some murderers. You murder people in my realm? Okay, what's the point? What's the point? Oh, no, not rain again. And lightning. This is bad news. Estimated arrival? 8:30. Oh, I've got a nice little fancy map of the driver where he is. Because I can't hear the door, you see, with my headset on, so I have to just make sure that I'm on top of the app. Make sure that I'm meeting the guy at the door, pretty much. This is always fun. This is always fun as well because the way my street works. Oh, this is going to not be fun. This is going to be horrendously bad for the delivery driver. It's difficult to explain, but basically, where I live is there's two ways to get to my street, or there was. The first way is via a main road. You come down the main road, you turn right into my street, you're in. The second way is from, I won't call it a side street, but it's like a side street area. You come off a different main road, through the side streets, and you reach my street. But what they've done, the council, about a year ago maybe just less, they put massive great big planters to block certain routes off to prevent rat running. Vehicles cutting through the side streets to get round the traffic. So they've cut off, down that way, I'm pointing where it is, the access to my street from the side streets. So you cannot get to my street from the side streets that you used to do. So there's only one way in to my street now, which is off the main road, which on a night time or an evening is a pain because you've got to queue in the traffic on the main road to get into the street. Pain in the ass. But hey, it has cut down the rat running, so it's a kind of a 50-50 kind of situation. However, now get this. They're doing roadworks, improving the traffic light system on the main road outside my street. So if you want to get into my street now, ordinarily we'll just come down the main road and turn right. You now can't do that. You can't come through the side street. So to get into my street now, you have to come, if you're coming from the north, come down, go down a different main road, turn down a different main road, turn down a different main road, come back on yourself from the south of the street, and then turn left into the street. So you've got to do a detour of about 5 minutes to get into the street. It's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Especially when you forget, like this morning when I was coming home from the hospital and thought, right, I'll go with you. Oh, I can't come this way. Had to do a U-turn and divert for literally 5 minutes to get back. Oh, I was fuming. So the delivery driver, the moral of the story, I bet you the delivery driver is going to message me to say, how do I get to your street? I say, you can either meet me or you can follow the sign for the diversion like everybody else. My dinner will be cold. Oh, this is going to be horrendous. This is almost worth tracking him and me giving you an update. He's not at the fish shop yet. He's getting to the chippy now. When he starts to come and deliver the food, I'm going to give you a running commentary of the car on the map to just tell you where he's going, because he ain't going to find it, I'm telling you. I'm laughing because it's my dinner here, but hey, this is how bad it is. I guarantee you he will not find it. I'll give you a running commentary, obviously omitting the street names. Unless I want you all to come over for a big party, of course, and I'll give you my street name. Right, okay, so here is a tall and well-built half-elf with a scar under his left eye. He's watching us as we approach with great interest. What a surprise! The king himself! That's someone you'd never expect to meet you in the middle of nowhere. Allow me to introduce myself, your highness. My name is Invry. Bowing but keeping his hand firmly affixed to his weapon. I suspect I already know the answer, but still, to what do I owe this pleasure? Yes, you won't confuse me with your shallow courtesy. I'm looking for murderers, and I have been pointed in this very direction. Isn't that a coincidence? Allow me, if you please, your highness. We are still talking, not fighting, which means we might yet find a common language. Clearly, we've gotten off on the wrong foot. Allow me to introduce my comrades by the campfire. They are followers of the goddess who respects freedom and pleasure, free from rules and hypocrisy, from excessive regulations and outdated attitudes. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. We are Calistrian hunters, the favoured of the savoured sting. So he's saying, let me just get this into, he'll probably clarify it in the next line. He's hunting on behalf of Calistria, who is actually our patron god. Or is he hunting Calistrian followers? It would make sense that he's hunting Calistrian followers, really, because I'm a Calistrian, so this could be related to my alignment in terms of my deity, this quest line. But if he's hunting on behalf of my deity, this is interesting, because we're not that religious, really, and I hate wasps in real life. So why I picked that as a god, it was kind of one of those kind of ironic things I did. The narrow-minded might think us mercenaries, killers, thugs. But believe me, we're far from ordinary criminals. We're paid for our work, much like executioners carrying out sentences. We are, so to speak, wish fulfillment agents. Yes, when I think of wish fulfillment in real life, I think of Amazon. Not of having my throat slit open, actually. But hey, I admit I wasn't planning on getting to know you any better, but as it turns out, well, I underestimated you. So, you found us. What are you going to do now? Polite smile, almost gentle, but keeps his relaxed hand on the hilt of his blade. Okay, so they are Calistrian worshippers then. Oh. Calistrian hunters, is it? Well, I am a Calistrian follower myself. Killing for revenge, is it? Is this how you make sacrifices to your goddess? I didn't get that in the manual. Not exactly, your highness, but since you asked. My goddess favours those who embrace passion, whether spiritual or intimate. Intimate passion? With brothel patrons? Yeah, I can see the similarities there. It is common for the narrow-minded to reduce it to sexual pleasure. Elquist shifting uneasily from one foot to the next. But Calistria is a mistress of all manner of passions. Such as port? Such as theatres? I'm beginning to see that maybe Elquist should worship Calistria a bit more fervently. Tell me, what can compare to the feeling when an abuser is given their due? When someone who has crossed you lies choking on their blood, the blood hammers in your temples, your heart bursts from your chest, or cry of joy escapes your lips. If you've never allowed yourself to take revenge, then you simply don't know true joy and divine rapture. We bring our clients a taste of this joy, and they entrust us with their vengeance. Okay. Taking justice into your own hands really isn't acceptable in my domain. Actually. And I should remember this myself, really. Hang on, let me just get an update on the driver. He's at the junction. He's at the junction. He's at the junction. That's got the blockade on it. So saith the map. He stopped at the junction. Where's he gonna go? I've not got a message yet. The last guy that got stuck at the other side ended up walking the rest of the way. I give him a little tip, bless him. Yeah, his car has stopped at the junction. We'll see what happens. I knew it was going to happen. Right, so anyway, back in the game. So just clarify for me once again, what, before I cast my own judgments here, what exactly are you doing in my domain? We are here for a particular reason, Your Highness. I've heard much about your country's morals, so I thought the likes of us might find shelter here. And some work to do. Very well paid work. But like any ruler, you can't do without your law enforcers. These dumb officers are the reason we stay away off the streets during the day. He hasn't moved from his position now for quite a while. I think he's walking the rest of the way, personally. But anyway. Okay, do you know what? Because they are Calistrian followers, we're going to show a degree of mercy here, because they have murdered people in our lands. Actually, we should be punishing them. Quite tempted though to banish. Are we going soft or what? If Valerie were here, she'd be having a heart attack, and I'm sure Reggie is probably itching to spill blood. Ooh, choices. I mean, as I said, we're not exactly religious. Why should we spare them? If these were not Calistrian followers, would we spare them for committing murders in our land? No, clearly not. Perhaps he's more of a Calistrian follower than we care to give him credit for, perhaps. Them talking about enjoying the pleasures of life. Maybe he's got Elquist thinking, well, you know what? Well, perhaps they speak a semblance of truth. If it didn't involve murder, of course. And if we just let them go... Are they going to go if we... I don't even think they're going to go if we do let them, to be honest with you. I'm getting a bit concerned about this dinner. Because if he does walk down, I can't hear the door. And the map isn't updating me to say that he's parked outside, because he might be walking, so... I'll make this decision, and then I'm going to just peek out the window. Do you know what? Oh, it's painful. But we're going to take a neutral standpoint and just say, do you know what? If you get the hell out of my lands immediately, we'll brush this under the carpet. Oh, God. I don't think they're going to go for it, personally. Such a shame, Your Highness. That's a neutral good action, interestingly. You seem so promising. At least you didn't begin our conversation by swinging your weapon. Very well. I take my leave. Is that it? Failed! Well, we have, because we haven't addressed the issue. We've been completely neutral. Hey, you know what? I'll wash my hands of this. Go on your way, and I'll shake my finger at you, and don't do it again. Reggie's like, no, Reggie, there's no blood to be spilled today. But I haven't spilled blood for ages. We'll spill blood another time, Reggie. Just chill out, will you? Heavens help us. The well! I forgot about the well! Okay, I'm going to check on the progress of my dinner. As predicted, the map, the driver has been, or his car at least, has been parked up at the same spot for the past 5 minutes. Clearly confused by the situation, as I said he would be. So now I have to go and check on him. So we're going to go back, hopefully to Topcliffe, and then go visit the well. seeing any signs. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, okay, so what the driver has done is he's turned around from the blockade, and he's turned around, he's gone round the other street, round the back, and he's come to the other side now, which is blocked by planters. So he can't get down that way either, he's going to have to walk. And in fact, I can probably see him pulling up, because I can see down there through the blinds. So let's enter here for a second, and then I'm just going to check my blinds to see if I can see him tottering up the road on foot. I bet he's regretting taking this order. He's walking down, he's walking down the street with a bag in his hand. I can see him. Okay, so I'm going to go and meet him now. I'll take a couple of quid out with me, bless him, for his efforts. Let me get the right PIN number, and then I'll serve my dinner up. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So this is going to be a 5-minute break period. Go and get your drinks, stretch your legs. I'll be back here in 5 minutes with my fish and chips, and we'll crack on with some more of this. I just got to go meet the poor delivery driver who's probably tearing his hair out right now. Right, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to have to go on mute very shortly. My mother's about to come to bed, so she'll probably come and start talking and stuff. So I'll mute that, and I'm going to eat as well, so I'll mute that. So we'll just kind of proceed onwards with the game, and then I'll unmute when I've sorted stuff out. But yes, the poor driver, he did walk, he did get there in time. He looked a bit flustered. But I said, I know, Pat. I said, I know. Tell me about it. I said, well, blocked down there, blocked up. I said, it's terrible. It's a nightmare. Imagine how we feel living here. We're just trying to get home. We're going to go flipping like a maze, you know. Anyway, he was quite a nice chap. Anyway, what are you saying? Knocks into the trunk, gets blown up. Walk up in Glasgow. No tip for you, sir. No tip for you. It's cold. Actually, it's still quite hot to say that he's driven around the houses. Anyway, let's get to this well first. Where's the well? Is it in the main square? Ollie, where's this well? Let's get to this well quickly, and then I'll mute myself and we'll do some more kingdom management. Finish my rum. Turn my volume on my headset down a touch so I can hear what the hell's going on. Near knock knock. Okay. Let's say well there into the house. Oh, Mr. Well, where are you? Oh, there's a blacksmith here. Is that a well? What's that? That's not a well, is it? Is that a well? Can we go in the well? Hang on. The game has crashed. No, it's not. It's just taking a long time. Oh, this is a wet. Oh, what's this? Ruins of the old tower. Oh, we got our full party for this as well. What's going on here? Okay, when did this unlock? This is new. Yeah, when did this unlock? When did I get notified that this was a thing? Is it another thing that I just kind of omitted, overlooked?
Time's not waiting.
Papers untouched. Protected by magic. Oh, the key to the magical prison. Message from the laboratory of Farniras. Did you go to the castle wall and see the changes? No. Diary of Farniras the Pensive. Who the hell is this Farniras fella? Magical prison. Ooh. The Lonely Barrow. Unidentified flail. Flail of Farniras. The Unholy Flail +4. Ooh. Good against undead, I'm assuming. Oh. Unholy, not holy. Apologies. Evil aligned. Ooh. Okay, so we need to read these things. We'll read these after I finished eating. The message and the diary. But we'll take a quick look at the quest that's just cropped up. A mage named Farniras the Pensive is imprisoned under the Lonely Barrow, which is an area on the map which we've explored in the past, by some unknown force. To get inside, we must defeat 45 monsters. 45? What? 45 monsters? Okay, the only thing I can think of was, is the Lonely Barrow that place that we explored where there was a magical kind of a door where we were told that we need a special key to get through it? And then I seem to recall mentioning that there was a way to get bypass that with Dimension Door if we really wanted to, and the key was supposed to be where two rivers met. Is that not the Lonely Barrow? Or am I getting that completely wrong? Because we cleared that out, and we were just waiting to get past that final door. Was that not the Lonely Barrow? I think you are correct. It's the only thing I can think of that would make sense. We can go to the Visit the World map now to check that. But if you can confirm categorically that I am correct, it saves me having to do that. But I'm here now anyway, aren't I? So there's nothing lost. Have you defeated the monsters? Maybe? It gives us a reason to go back to the Lonely Barrow. It gives us something exciting to do to finish the session off. Unexpected questing.
My strength betrays me.
Yes, it's here. The Lonely Barrow. I think this was it. I think this was it. I think it was here. I think this was it. It wasn't any of these. Wasn't Hilltop Trail. Wasn't this far north. I'm thinking it was the Lonely Barrow. I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Right, okay, perfect. Well, what we'll do is I'm going to eat my dinner, go through some Kingdom Management. It's not timed, this quest, is it, by the way? I'm going to continue to go through Kingdom Management now, which will advance the time slightly as I eat away. And then we'll resume after I've finished eating, and we'll head, bang, right there. Because this sounds like a very interesting quest. I'll have to read all the paraphernalia first, of course. But anyway, onwards and upwards. I'll be back with you as soon as I've devoured this delightfully delicious smelling fish and chips. Right, Ollie, thank you for the heads up, and enjoy the rest of your evening. See you later.
Rest is in order.
I've got to just unmute it for a second. Look at the size of our kingdom! Isn't it getting big and beautiful? You beat me to it, Hauler. You beat me to it. Founding a new settlement, new village. In the Dunsward area. We need a name. Shout 'em out. Gotta be in fitting with Elquist naming convention. Blatantly obvious. I like that reasoning. He's basically saying, yeah, the people are writing crap about you, making up tales and painting you and smearing you with all kinds of nonsense. But hey, at least our people can write. It's not good enough, I'm afraid. Okay, so we have a printing press. We have Lindsay. We've got to do our own version of the newspaper, haven't we? I could just see some the headlines now. It reminds me of Harry Potter. What was it? The Rita Skeeter, not Rita. Rita Skeeter was the other one. What was the other one? The Quibbler, right? The Quibbler. There was an alternative publication. Yeah, publication wars. The Daily Prophet was the proper one, but then there was the one that was done by Luna Lovegood's father. Was it father or whatever? The Quibble, I think it was. We've got the same situation here. We've got the people spreading their crap, and then we've got we'll be the Daily Prophet essentially. What were the paper put out by the establishment versus the one by the people? You know, who are you gonna believe? But we've got we've got a storyteller here, although he probably won't do much, but we've got our great bard. Newspapers will sell more. It's costing us 2 BP a week, isn't it? It's a bit of a sacrifice, but we've got a printing press. Let's put it into some proper use. Print our own newspaper. Well, what would we call it? The Royal Times? The Royal Herald? Oh, this will lead nowhere good. We'll. Serious people, we need a name. What should we call our new paper? You're gonna have to think of one, folks. Come on, again, simple. Royal Times, Royal Herald. Royal Times is quite as simple as it gets, really, quite as obvious as it gets. Can we be any more of the Daily Mail? I won't use it to wipe my ass. How was the food? The food isn't even finished yet. I'm a little bit full, but I can't waste it. The poor man went through hell and high water to deliver it. I will eat it, and it's nice. It's a spam, as I say, spam fritter, fish and chips. The spam fritter was probably a bit much over the edge. Fish and chips would have been fine, but hey, and a great big blob of mayonnaise. I normally have curry sauce with my fish and chips, but hey, I thought, you know what? I'll save £1.80 and just have mayonnaise. It's fine. The Elquist News Corporation, the ENC. Interesting indeed. Anyway, I'll carry on eating. I'm almost done, and then we'll crack on with the rest of the session till at least maybe another half an hour or so. I don't want to go on too long. My mum's in bed now, so don't want to be yammering away until the early hours. Woohoo! We have our own newspaper now. Right, folks, I'm back with you now. All devoured has been the dinner, and I've eaten far too much. Fish chips, spam fritter, very filling, and calories through the roof. But hey, I've had a day that requires comfort food and a little bit of the old rum, so I'll have to be back on my regime tomorrow with a vengeance. But anyway, okay, so I'll try not to shout too loudly here now, but let's carry on. Let's carry on is all we can do. Keep taking those gifts. Keep taking those gifts. A herbalist cape. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, we could probably, well, we can specify what we want from these artisans, and apparently, oh, here she is, look. Here she is. I also have to be very careful with this finger, because I cut my nail too short to the end, and it's now looking a little bit red and inflamed, and last time this happened, I ended up getting an infection in my finger. So I've got to be very careful here. Just another ailment to add to the list. Right, anyway, so here is Shania, Storyteller Supremo, who's brought us something by the name of Menace. Something by the name of Menace clearly should come with the story, shouldn't it? Let's be honest. But this time, I don't think she's going to come back, so I won't even say it, because you can't get lucky twice, can you? We've not heard a story for a while, but we have clearly heard a story for a while, so she's off to compose a new one. She'll deliver it in another 3 months or so. Maybe even another year, who knows. Anyway, here we are. She's brought us Menace, a one-handed dueling sword worth 20,000. We've already got one of these. We've already got one of them. We'll keep that. So we've got at least 36,000 gold's worth of selling there. Lovely. Just what you need. And why haven't we sold that yet either? I ask you. Anyway, no time like the present. Into the junk drawer. Straight away. Thank you, Shania. Thank you so kindly. God, is she going to bring anything useful? Bartholomew. See, when we sell things to Bartholomew, we're not selling things to Bartholomew as if he's giving us his money. We're giving these things to Bartholomew to tell him, go and sell them for us, and then he comes back in the due course and gives us the money, you know. Herbalist cape. Or perhaps we could look at it that he's buying these at cut price and he's reselling them for a profit, which surely he wouldn't do to his king, now would he? No, that'd be a ridiculous thing to do. Your Grace, I'll buy them for you for 2,000 gold if you don't, and I'll sell them for 5,000. Make a profit for myself. You'll do what now? No, of course not. What I meant was I'd sell them for 5,000 and then put them back into treasure. 41,000. That'll buy a few BP, won't it? Right. So I think the next order of business for us in today's session is to pull ourselves away from kingdom management after we've dealt with the Gardeners of the Faith, a bizarre cult. Jord. Clearly not Jord. Oh. He recommended. I did this off camera actually. I put all of the required belts and headpieces on the relevant council members. So Lindsay already has charisma as her main stat for her casting, so she's got the best charisma. Reggie's got the best strength already. I've given charisma to Valerie, and Octavia's intelligence, so I've given her intelligence. So yeah, I've given everybody the best equipment we can for their roles. Anyway, so, but good tip, Paula. Thank you for that. Had I not have done that already, it would have been very useful. We were advised by the storyteller to give this job to Chandra. There's away for 14 days, which means that we've got until the 29th, so we've got just about enough time for Chandra to return, for her then to do this job. So we will wait for that to happen. We could pass 14 days right now by doing a rank up thing. Bartholomew can do it, you're right, but we were advised for Chandra to do it, and given that Chandra is one of our favourites, if not the most favourite council member on here, we will give it to Chandra. Clearly, do as we're told. You know what I mean? Although technically speaking, yeah, Reggie would be the best person to do it in terms of outright stats. Chandra's second best, and then obviously Bartholomew is quite crap at doing it, so yeah, we'll give it to Chandra. We'll give it to Chandra. We'll pass 14 days, because if I go to the Lonely Barrow, it could take a couple of days to sort that out, at which point we could become the 16th, 17th of Rover, and then 14 days is going to take us past the point at which this quest will fail. So we've got to do the 14 days now, which we will do by supporting, I don't know, somebody's efforts somewhere along the lines. And then we'll give it straight to Chandra. Donfear! Finally getting a rank up. Well, it's not him personally, it's his stat, but hey, we liken it to him becoming more proficient in the role because it increases the chance of us succeeding, doesn't it? So it is like him ranking up to some degree. Spending 2 weeks resolving success, of course, it can't fail it. And the Cundio's back. Drink till you drop. They've drunk us dry, but there was no carnage, at least. Is what we like to hear, and of course another success for our beloved Chandra, who played a great role in negotiations here. And now region claims and upgrades cost 25% less. Going forwards, feels a little bit late for that, really, considering that we've got only a handful of regions left to claim, probably. But hey, we've still got quite a few upgrades, though, so it might pay for itself in the long run. By the end of the game, maybe. But anyway, we've got some more stuff to sort out. First of all, though, Chandra, welcome back. 70%. It's probably enough for her to deal with this. I do. Those halcyon days, only having the one region to worry about, so life was so simple. And now we have this sprawling kingdom, nothing but headaches. Defenders of the forest, we've seen some of these before. Donfear. I'll do it. John's not much better. Defender of the forest? What the hell? Court intrigue. Donfear? No. Icundio? No. Okay. Slum dwellers, opportunity. 55. 55. These are not great odds, are they? Right, I think we... Druid fanatic. More of a religious kind of situation. 55%, even with a crisis point. I'll have to chance it. Court intrigue for Donfear. Intrigue obviously screams to me espionage type affairs. 40%, now 65. Colleague made to disappear. Oh dear. And Slum Dwellers is one for Icundio without a crisis point, and that's everybody set to work once again. Yeah. And now we can head out, safe in the knowledge our kingdom is running itself. No, I didn't mean to do that. Apologies. I was meant to do that. How many days have we passed? We were on 230 days, weren't we, when we started the session? Were we? 230 days or so? So we passed about 60 odd days, yeah? 60 days or so? Just less than 60 days? It's not bad going. I'm supposed to be doing something now, but I've forgotten what on earth I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to the Lonely Barrow in a second, but I thought I had a brainwave that I had to do something first. No? Okay, let's go. I'll remember when we've left. Have I left the iron on? Have I left the cooker on? I'm sure I've forgotten something. It's like when you go on holiday. You know, you're in the taxi halfway down halfway down the road or whatever. Have I got my passport? I better just double check. One of those types of things. I'm not supposed to be doing something. Are you quite sure? Check through my bag. Have I got everything? Aha! Opening my inventories reminded me. I was supposed to read the documents. That was what I was trying to remember. Right, here we go. We have this message from the laboratory of Farinas and the diary of Faniras. Faniras? Strange name. Let's have a look at this. The diary is badly damaged, pages torn out. Written in neat, large lettered handwriting. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this out loud. I'm trying not to speak too much here, but I'll leave you to read this. I might summarise as I'm going down. So this is Farinas the Pensive. He doesn't like. So he's moved to the wilds. Taking in the picturesque scenes, nixies, elementals. Will-o'-the-wisps come out by night. Shining up the night as if it was day as they dance under the window of the tower. Watch their games or having fun. Funny to observe these creatures. Okay. Is this day's number or page numbers? I'm assuming it's page numbers. Okay. Ooh, the last of the thieves who broke into the tower has died. It is my fault. What, that they're dead or that they broke in the first place? I must configure the guardian golem better. The thief kept cursing me in 3 languages to his last breath. Didn't understand them, of course. Something about the worst enemy that is already at my door. I came to this wilderness to get away from all this, but the hotheads still find you, push themselves into trouble, and then curse you while you try to heal their wounds. Such a shame. Okay. Apparently his guardian golem isn't working. Not destroyed, but disabled. And doesn't have what he needs to repair it. What could have happened? Strange. The body disappeared right from the tower cellar. Even more strange, disappearing bodies? I wonder what I should go do with the elven girl who I rescued from the wyvern. Her mind seems to be failing. She's acting a bit strangely. Okay, he's looking to fix her up. Okay, so these are definitely page numbers. He's being busy with his investigation. Strange events have followed one after another. Fire in his warehouse, loss of artifacts. Testing spells in vain. Something is stalking my tower, leaving no trace, and easily breaking through every protection. But I cannot understand why it hasn't killed him. Doesn't sleep well, but does pass out in the middle of the day. Oh, and now he knows what's after him. He's come to some sort of realization. Ooh. And that's what we're going to find out, isn't it, when we get to the location? What it was, perhaps. Interesting. Okay, so this is a message from the laboratory. I'm in desperate need of help. Okay, he's a mage from the great empire of Ayabaria. Okay. Danger, we know all of this. Okay, so if this letter reaches your hands, I am either dead or trapped in a magical prison in a barrow near the western spurs of the Tors of Levenis. So he could still be alive. Save me, he asks. It will be difficult to open the door. You need a magic key, but in addition to the key, the door is locked by a mighty spell. The door will only open for the one who defeats 45 monstrous creatures of all kinds. Magic tags their lairs with a special mark. We might have already killed these creatures, or I'm not sure. Have we killed them? We killed a lot of creatures in the area, and in the barrow itself. Let's go and try the key. Let's go and try the key. It's not that far away, to be honest with you, is it? 11 hours? Not bad. What awaits us here in this magical prison? Oh. Okay. Yep, this is exactly the place that I thought it was. Do we reckon that these giant green orbs are the magical symbols? Because we've come across a lot of these orbs in these dungeons before, haven't we? We don't have any quests left, do we? Oh, it's because I've minimized that. Their lairs will be tagged by a special mark. Special mark? I mean, how many of these have we seen? We've seen these orbs scattered all over the place in all these different types of dungeons. And not once have we ever had an explanation as to what they are. So the ancient tomb? I think this might have been the way. Have we looted all these people or what? Probably just got bog standard equipment. Oops, apologies if that gave you a bit of a scare. Me knocking the microphone there. Right, let's carry on. Right. The door will open to the strongest. Defeat the monsters. Get the key from the dungeon and enter. Okay, let's see if the unknown voice will answer some questions, like maybe, where are the monsters you speak of? Yeah, tell me about these monsters. I will mark their lairs, seek them out and defeat them. After all of them fall, the door will open. Okay, no more questions, Your Honour. Let us plunge the key into the barrier and pray that we've defeated all the monsters, which I don't think we can. We've defeated a lot of monsters. The monsters are not defeated. Yeah. Fine. We haven't explored the entirety of the realm yet, have we? There could be more dungeons with those marks on them, couldn't there? In the somewhere out there. It's almost tempting to Google this, but I won't for this particular quest. Monster hunting. And yeah. If we can't solve the puzzle ourselves, this will be one quest that remains unsolved, I'm afraid. Because I don't think it's that taxing. I just think I kind of do 45 monsters. That's a lot of monsters. Oh no, I can't leave this quest unfinished. If we get to the end of the game and I haven't solved this quest, I might Google it as a kind of an add-on at the end, because I'm kind of intrigued. We've got an ancient, ancient. We don't know how long ago this happened, but this potentially powerful mage in a prison. We want to speak to him if he's still alive. We certainly want to get inside and find out. Want a hint? Oh, do I want a hint? Oh, I don't want a hint. Well, literally at this moment in time, I have no clue. I can't see how I'm going to get a clue unless I don't know, really delve deep into the. It's like Monkey Island. Okay, make it not too obvious a clue. A subtle hint, perhaps, if that's possible. Just a subtle one. Oh. We honoured the freedom of speech, if you remember, with the printing press. We didn't stifle freedom of speech. We just countered it with our own freedom of speech. We shall speak more freely than you. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, but you're a lycanthrope. No, I'm not a lycanthrope. I'm a shrunken giant. Take that, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Uh-huh. Oh. Didn't expect that, did you? And at night, I eat babies. Right, anyway, what are we doing? I think we're going to advance another rank up, I think. Nothing else for us to do at this point other than do another rank up. Oh, there is actually. Oh, I keep forgetting to do it. To restore the Temple of the Elk, we have the opportunity now to do this. We can utilise the region upgrades. It is a quest for Jord. It will help with a bit of divine. It's not expensive. It does take a bit of time, but it's got no more curse work to do. It's not 45 separate locations, but a few locations around the map with several monsters. Right, so literally, I have to explore every map, every area, and hope that at some point we have cleared enough. We are kind of clearing the map of everything though, so that shouldn't be too difficult, right? Just got to do it. I forgot to check on the map also what other things we uncovered with our recent scouting quest. I know. Oh, it's an end game quest as well. Yeah, it screamed to me that it would be an end game quest because, as you said, there's not enough. We haven't unlocked every region. We have explored pretty much everything that we can, as far as I'm aware, in the regions that we have unlocked. So it would make sense that the other regions that are still unlocked would contain the requisite layers of monsters that we need to deal with. Just thinking of time and what's left to do and stuff. My mum's in bed and I don't really want to talk too much given that she's not well. So I think at 9:30 on the dot, we've been going for 2 hours near enough, and all that is ahead of us at this moment in time is more kingdom management. I think now would be a decent time to end so I can go check on her. And I don't know why, but every time I have fish and chips, and this is probably true for quite a lot of people, I had the sudden urge for a cup of tea after it. So I'm going to go get a cup of tea as well. So thank you for joining me this evening. Hope you've enjoyed. And in the next recorded session of this, we continue on our adventures of kingdom management. We have how many days left? 166. So we're getting there. I reckon another 2-3 sessions tops. We can get this done, get Ancient Curse activated, and get ourselves back on that trail once again with some main questing type stuff. But in the meantime, we'll just continue to watch our kingdom grow and flourish under the watchful gaze of our mighty king, one Mr. Elquist the werewolf. So until next time, have a good rest of the week. Hopefully see some of you on Sunday for some more Return to Monkey Island. But if I don't, I'll see you soon enough. So until next time, thanks for joining me. Thanks for keeping me company today after what has been quite a horrific day in the grand scheme of things, all things being said. I'll see you soon.